Percentage means out of 100. Now, just thinking forward, I know that I'm going to think forward now to a lot of the trickier questions in higher. So, the important, write this down for me, the important thing is to know where you're starting. So the important thing is to know where you're starting. What does your number represent? Okay, what does your number represent? So get that down first of all, that's really important, okay? Okay. So let's have a little quick look at these ones then. So what is 10% of 50? Now, I know that a lot of people know how to do this, they just go divided by 10, but I want you to understand why you need to divide by 10. Okay, we're going to fly through these, but it's all about the starting of this. What does that 50 represent? Well, my 50 here represents the whole amount. So my 50 represents 100%. So 100%, this is, and I know that you might think to yourself, well, I know all of this, but it's always good to understand how we get there. So 100% is equal to 50. So then if I want 10%, well, to get from 100 to 10%, I need to divide by 10. So 10%, this is example 1, is equal to 5. Now, you might have just done divided by 10, but I want you to get into the habit of understanding what our values represent. That's really important for this. Okay? Have a little go at that one on the right-hand side. And then so let's have a go at this question on the right hand side. I know it's quite straightforward. So it's all about this starting point. 100% is equal to 480. That's what the 480 represents. Okay? So if I want 10% of this, I need to divide by 10, divide by 10. So 10% is equal to 48. Spot on. Okay, let's move on. There's your two answers for those. So this one here is just a little step up, and again, I know that you might find this straightforward, but we're going to do it anyway. So it's all about thinking about our starting point here. This one here is example 2. Example 2. So what does this 150 represent? Well, 150 represents the whole of this, which is 100%. So the first thing I would write is 100% is equal to 150. Now, it's always worth breaking down to 10% and then building up from there, or to 1%. So with this one here, I'm going to find 10% first. So 10% is equal to 15, but I don't want 10%. So there I divided by 10. Divided by 10, I actually want 20%, so I need to times this by 2, times this by 2, so 20% is equal to 30. Nice and straightforward. Have a little go at that one on the right hand side. Okay, let's go through this one together then. So 100% is equal to 80, that's what the 80 represents. So I'd find 10% first by dividing by 10, so 10%, which is equal to 8. And then to find 40%, I times by 4. So times by 4, times by 4, so 40% is equal to 8 times by 4, which is equal to 32. Nice and straightforward. Okay, that was example 2. So this one's a little bit trickier. And the main reason is because we've got to find out 2 percentages to build it up. Okay, but we still have the same starting point. We're finding 15% of 360. So this one here is example 3. Example 3. So we know that the 360 represents the whole of this, which is 100%. So the first thing I would write is that 100% is equal to 360. Now to find 15%, the best way to do this, non-calculator methods, is to find 10% and 5%. So if I find 10% first, this one here is going to be divided by 10. So 10% is equal to 36, like so. Dividing both sides by 10. 5% is actually half of this, isn't it? Half of 10. So 5% is going to be 36 divided by 2, which is 18. And then if I want 15%, 15% is equal to the 10% plus the 5%, which we know is equal to 36 plus 18. So 6 plus 8 is equal to 14, carry the 1. 3, 1 and 1 is equal to 54, like so. Brilliant. Okay, have a little go at that one on the right hand side. Right, so let's have a little go at this one then. So it's all about your starting point, isn't it? So 100% is equal to 320. So 10% is going to be that divided by 10, which is equal to 32. Now, because I want 35%, it's going to be better to find 30% first. So to find 30%, I'm going to times by 3, which gives me 30%. So 32 times by 3, I'll do that in the corner over here. 32 times by 3. Well, 3 times 2 is equal to 6. 3 times 3 is 9, that's 96 here. But we also need to find 5%, and I do that by dividing by 2. So 5% is going to be equal to half of this, which is 16. So to find 35%, it's going to be 30% plus the 5%, which is equal to 96 plus 16, which is equal to 112. Good work. Now take note, I am using non-calculator methods today. Okay, we want to try and stick with non-calculator for today. Alright, there's those two. Alright, have a little go at this question yourself. So let's have a little go at this then. So what does that 400 represent? Well, the 400 represents his amount, doesn't it? His full amount. So it would be 100% is equal to 400. I'm trying to find 35%, so I'm going to find 10% first, which is equal to £40. I need 30, which is going to be that times by 3, which is going to be £120. But I also need 5%, which is divided by 2. So 5% of this is equal to £20. And then 35% is going to be 30% plus the 5%, which is equal to 120 plus 20. So the price he pays for the bike is £140. Well done to everybody who's got that. Nice and straightforward. Okay. Good work. Alright, so we're going to have a go at some of these very quickly. So if you're catching up, here's some questions for you to have a little go at. I'll take myself off here. And if you're catching up, here's the answers to those.